enhance the industry, the entertainment industry. I'm not just even talking only now about the movie industry, talking about the music industry as well, entertainment as a whole. My background really started from the theater. That's where I cut my teeth. That's where my love for acting, which, well, I tried to run away from it, but I couldn't. I ran as far as I could, and everywhere I opened my mouth, people recognized and aren't you that person's son? So I couldn't. But in the theater nowadays, even the way it's being built, the acoustics of it, the ability to have microphones on bodies to where you can now hear the emotions and the voices of the actors, that's technology. But the problem is a lot of people are not ready to invest in these technologies. Sometimes, again, in our climate, Nigeria, everything has to be expensive before it's useful. Have a small studio here, everything is about $5. But in Nigeria, when I'm trying to do stuff, if it's not 100,000, 300,000, you can't get it done. You know, so I mean, so from a broader perspective, that I mean, there's no, we can't run away, or we can't gainsay, or we can't say too much about the fact that technological advancements, innovations really, really will push forward the industry beyond where it is right now. I know some of my friends, some guys in the industry that are like really technologically advanced, are using some equipment and softwares and whatever that are, you know, beyond some of even what they have in Hollywood. You know, but again, they have a platform that is paid already. So but when you have a lot more other people that don't have that same platform that they have, I think we should find a way to at least have a place where they can get these things, or these things can be done, or learn how to use it. So many different things you can do. Let me hush up for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Taiwo Solanke. We're going to take some other inputs based on what you have just said. Before I tap on wanting to hear from Mr. Yamele, please let me just bring in Mrs. Cinderella Ochu. Mrs. Cinderella Ochu, are you on? Unmute yourself. Hello, unmute yourself. Oh, okay, great. Ms. Ochu there, now joining us from South Africa, and she's the company secretary to this foundation that has been doing this all this while. So is my auditor still there? So that my auditor can also know that the way we run is that even the family is involved. So Mrs. Ochu there, she's actually a PhD candidate from University of Johannesburg. So Mrs. Ochu, go ahead. I will need you to react to Taiwo Solanke's messages from the Nollywood, because I know years back, you have done quite a lot of work leaving the University of Benin. You've done quite a lot of work with Newswatch. You had a column, and of course, you do a few things with a lot of Nollywood actors in the country prior to your program in South Africa. So what do you think, and what's your take from Taiwo Solanke's position? Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Your video?
I'm so sorry. I actually joined a bit late, so I didn't get most of the points that Mr. Taiwo Solanke raised.
Okay, all right.
So what I would say,
just share your view so that we can continue, because another, yeah, please go ahead, please.
Okay, so you asking me to share my view in relation to
technology
and Nollywood.
Excellent, go ahead, please.
Okay. So what I would say in respect to that is that um, in Nigeria generally, sorry, help me close that door. In Nigeria generally, when we talk about technology, I would say that the speed is still quite slow. It's still quite slow. We are getting there, but it's a gradual process. So when you're relating it to the Nollywood industry, it's still the same experience in terms of the use of technology in Nollywood. It's still growing, but I must be honest to say that it has grown beyond how it used to be. So Nigerian movie industry, they are using a lot of technology for their creativity and for their production. So it's something that people are beginning to embrace. Unlike before, when you see some kind of production and you will say, no, this is not it. But now they are growing in technology, they are embracing technology, and they are very much willing also to adopt a lot of technological innovations into their productions.
Thanks for that insight. Thank you for that insight. I think that was just enough. I would actually want to hear from Mr. Ayamele the certain things back to Taiwo Sholanke's position. Mr. Ayamele, sir?
I'm with you, sir.
Yes. From Taiwo Sholanke's position, is it because he's a diaspora Nigerian that is talking so sharply, so neatly? And how can Taiwo Sholanke be part of what we are talking about to deliver, get us to the El Dorado? What do you think?
Well, I'm happy that you quickly mentioned the fact that he's in the diaspora, so he would be experiencing it, from a more positive perspective than we are experiencing right here. So he would have to share ideas, on what networks and platforms that exist for such collaboration to, lead to remuneration. Because what we're talking about basically is remuneration. So that once you engage your content, you're rewarded for that. I mean, we're not doing it's got to be on. I love acting. I like to make people happy. No. We can't survive that way.
That's right.
How long are you going to make people happy?
Yes.
I mean,
That's
if
right.
you're not happy, you don't have the capacity to make others happy.
Excellent.
All right. So,
excellent.
We may need to find the legal framework that works for him in the diaspora, and then he will share with us. And then we're going to look for how we can do proper collaborations.
No problems. No problems.
Exchange your content.
Yes.
And then I'll make it work. Because I know that as we speak here, you require a lot of capacity to even have your content being shared across certain boards. And that's the truth. If you have to get a film within the cinema structure, my dear, it even starts from the pre-production. That will even have some level of engagement at the pre-production before you're even assured of even hitting the cinemas. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. Sadly, but that's the truth. So the way it works over there can become a framework for us, begin to engage what we have within the hinterland.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Ayamele. I'm so happy that we're having this to connect. I would love to get back to Mr. Kolewo. How can you tie this up, Mr. Shola Kolewo? Mr. Shola Kolewo.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Thanks, Mr.
So
Amos.
by the time you are done today, you're already an actor. I want to see your skits immediately.
Not a problem. As long as I have Mele and Taiwo Sholanke to assist me, that's not a problem. I so much appreciate the insight brought into fore by Taiwo Sholanke. Very instructive indeed. Like Mr. Ayamele rightly observed, Taiwo is sitting pretty well in an environment where in a vantage position in such a way that he's there and he understands how it works there and how it works here as well. So he could see the gap or the gaps, you know. And I believe we're all having same focus in terms of how can we help to grow that industry, the entertainment industry, you know, by leveraging on available technology. So either, you know, entertainment, arts, you know, across the spectrum. So what I've been able to get from what he said, I think there's need for some collaboration. And if you recall, I talked about my first submission, I talked about a partnership. Certain things, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are some things that are running well outside this client. So it's just a matter of having that partnership, creating that partnership, you know, leveraging of what is available out there, and see how we can bring such can be brought into this client, you know, for the good use. So again, I will reemphasize the partnership. First of all, let's identify the gaps in terms of technology usage within the Nollywood industry. How can we add value, help to add value to either in their production, marketing, cinema. I would say such technologies are given in the US, for instance.
Right.
So will be good resource. And people outside this client will definitely be good. I mean, they will provide really good opportunity for us. I mean, in helping out to grow the industry here.
Right,
So
right. Thank you.
Partnership is
key. It's key. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Mr. Kolewu. I quite appreciate that. Please let me go to my friend from Senegal, Monsieur Olivier. Monsieur Olivier, Mama.
Hello.
Okay, great. I'm sure you are following what has been happening. You can see so much that I know Dakar, Senegal can do, Togo, and every other African country can do together on Innovationbed. You can realize this. Please, what's your take? How has all these talks been? How do you see it in Senegal? How do you see it in Togo? Hello, your sound? The sound? Or could it be from me?
So what happened in Nigeria will happen in one or another country in less or later.
That's right. That's right.
In Senegal, we have the same problem. It is Africa continent. So
that's right.
The issues, problems are the same. I can talk about from Senegal and Togo, and about the name of all the Francophone countries too, that are the same problem. That's why I have encouraged a partnership between organizations like KEPASI, PESPACO, and Nollywood, that the way we can integrate a partner to address the same issues we had. But Senegal has a Francophone country, but usually I can see that can live in Senegal easily than in Togo, my own country.
That's right.
And when you are talking about you are a model for me, particularly a role model for me, particularly because I know what you are doing for free. So I can imagine the number of efforts you are putting.
That's right.
That's why I said that, because Nigeria is a big country. What happened in Nigeria is the rational all the Africa. So I'm supporting you. I congratulate your effort and the effort for the team, and I'm encouraging the partnership, more partnership, collaboration.
Thank you so very much. Bonjour, monsieur beaucoup. Merci. Then there's one other thought is that at some of my visits to Senegal, you will actually see that almost every, so many of these films you have in Nigeria, ils sont traduits en français au Dakar. Is that right?
Yes.
So you see the French versions of these Nigerian films, Nollywood films, in those Francophone countries. What I mean, how common? How do you say to that? And people love all those artists. They spread across. You'd be so surprised that these Nigerian films watched by Francophone Africans, they love the thing so well, just as Nigerians here. What can you say to that?
Yes. Most of the topics, the Nollywood films, African consent.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so very much. And let me just assure you that after this session, I'm sure we're going to have one or two other meetings, and I might have some invitations to some of you to join me in a meeting with our main promoter, some content believer, being Architects Aparito, the president of OCAM. And OCAM is actually the UN Observatory for Digital Communication. And he actually happened to be the pioneer president of, is it the Theater or the Arts and Communications of the UNESCO at its original state. So he's actually particularly very interested at this angle of Innovationbed for an incubation program that can actually help the arts and creative industry. But then it's not about me, like I've always said, it will be with the key players who are doing what they need to do. And we're not doing politics or government whatever it is with this. Thank you so very much at this stage. In the house, we have really stretched. We've heard so much from Taiwo Sri Lanka. We've heard from our dear Uchenna Ayamele, in fact, and we were so great. In fact, the Nollywood happens to be that microcosm of the Nigerian economy that for which, if it thrives, several other things obviously will pick from there. In the house, I have newer people and some more UN World Summit Award winners in the house, and of course, my jury members. I have in the house Clara Okoro, the founder of My Beautiful Africa. Madam Clara Okoro, please introduce yourself and share, because we've gotten to us so far into the program.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's a pretty actually busy morning for me. Still have another training I'm going through. So
I know.
Yes. I just make sure that I needed to come into the program to spend some time.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. As you follow up, perhaps any other message, we'll get to pick on that. But then you can just share with us what you do. She's very much into a brand. In fact, she's the president of the brand. Please introduce yourself. Let's hear what you do. She's into tourism. And I think most of what you've said all this while actually speaks to the development of even that sector as much as all of the other problems that we have identified are. Please just share more if you can, because we just have a little more time to wrap up too.
All right. Okay, so hello everyone once again. My name is Clara Okoro, and I'm the founder of My Beautiful Africa. We're a travel technology company based in Lagos, Nigeria, and our vision is to deploy technology tools to aid the businesses in the tourism sector, grow, so to say. That is to help scale them and digitally transform them to become much more competitive alongside their global competitors. What we've realized is travel technology is still very, very nascent in our environment, and the Western world has deployed a huge range of technology to make travel very seamless. So you could actually go to a portal, and from start to finish, you can plan your trip without human interference. And that makes it easier for the average traveler. So that's the niche we're looking into. We're going to build a portal to be built by Africans for Africans that would, cater to the tourism industry. I'm also the chairman of the Brand Journalist Association of Nigeria. I've been a journalist for over 25 years, and our focus is basically to bring consumers and brands together. If the brand has any message for the consumers, we relate it to them in the language they would understand, and we build that bridge to make sure that there's a cordial relationship between brands and the consumers that they serve. So it's a pleasure to be here once again.
So thank you so very much. And that was actually brilliant insight. And I'm sure with our earlier discussions, you can actually relate with the angle of the branding in this whole discussion. Earlier, I got one other World Summit Award winner who is in, but she's out again. But at any rate, we also have Larry Collins, Larry from Ghana. Innovationbed Ghana, how far? Mr. Larry.
Oh, I'm doing well, boss.
Please, can we see you, your video? Or you are moving on the road? Go ahead. Your message, your message.
Yeah. Yes. I'm very happy to be part of this meeting today. You know, I've been with Innovationbed for a very long time, and if I say it didn't have any good impact in me, I'm lying. I have worked with Innovationbed, and what I've seen so far, in fact, I'm impressed. And I'm thanking you personally so much that even when I was in school, you lectured me a lot on this, and you helped me to understand that technology is what we need in our lives as youths to be able to become successful adults. And you know, my area is non-profit organization. Like say, I'm a CEO of Larry Happy Life Charity Foundation, and what we do is we help communities gain access to water and other social amenities. So in this area, I learned that technology can have much impact in that. So I think this is a small thing I can say at the moment. And I'm thanking you so much.
Thank you so very well, Larry. You really give me time and comfort when I'm in Accra, and I'm sure soon we'll meet because I'm overdue to be in Accra. So thank you so very much, Larry. I quite appreciate that. And any other messages? Can we hear from Mustafa Dangani? Hafiz, sir. Mustafa Dangani. Can we meet you? You can unmute yourself, so that we can actually try to wrap this event up.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, where are you? Where are you joining us from?
From Nigeria.
Excellent. We're in Nigeria too. No, this event is from Nigeria. We may just want to know the states.
Zamfara.
Excellent. Yes, go ahead.
From Zamfara.
I can see. Joining. Madam Malafia was laughing.
My people.
Excellent.
Yes.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I'm just new. I just need to have a background information of the program, what you are doing. Later, I will meet Haja Asmao and discuss what.
Excellent. So let me go back to Haja Asmao. Haja Asmao, please, can you, based on the experience after our initial opening talks, what can you say about all the contributions? Yes. And in fact, what is in Zamfara? Do you have creative art? Do you have Nollywood kind of equivalents? Are you an actor, or the way people? What is it that you have? Because
yes.
that aspect of your environment is just one of many other issues that Innovationbed Fix a Gap issue is relating with. So can we just hear from you? You've listened to Mr. Uchenna Yamele. He's a known face on the screen for many years, over 20 years now. You've listened to the diaspora, Taiwo Sholanke. In fact, the Taiwo Sholanke is another one, because Jimmy Sholanke was like somebody you definitely don't just leave your screen for, and things like that, and so many other things that we've heard, particularly from the robust veterans in IT that have also contributed on the program. What do you think? Can you just summarize for us? She actually is the Innovationbed lead for Zamfara State.
Yes. You know, based on the situation of the state, we don't have much, but you know, we have very few youths who are into innovation, and it is very impressive. That is in terms of agriculture. You know, we have this Abdulaziz Samaru.
I saw him. Where is he? I can't see him now again. Where is he?
Yes, he logged out earlier.
Okay. I saw him actually.
He was part of us. You know, he designed e-gardens. And so far is only the skill acquisition centers that we have, and a lot of places, a lot of youth are participating in this skill acquisition center. So based on this innovation on technology is very limited. It's very limited. We don't have it much, but you know, youth into engineering, this local handwork, tailoring and other things, I know our youths are trying, but now we will try to bring them up to technology. Technology is somehow low, you know, but we'll bring them up with this innovation. And as far as most of our students in the universities and higher institutions, we engage them first, because I believe they have the experience. With time now, because you know, the program we have now that we are engaging youth will start slowly because of the situation of the state. We cannot engage many of them at a time, but we'll go slowly, and I believe with time, many you'll see how talented Zamfara State youths we have.
That's very good. That's very good. Because I'm celebrating here. So guys, this is, I'm really impressed that we are at this stage of this event. And perhaps any final takes, any concluding sessions? I wanted to just share with you that after today's session, this was just like a pre-Congress celebration. And tomorrow, I want to share with you what the world is doing. The world is actually gathering to host winners across the world. And I'm sure whether the Nigerian winners, whether the global winners, all these people are preparing to defend their projects. And in the preparation of the projects, I'll let you see what the program for the Global Congress is looking like. And that Global Congress event is looking like this. It starts up tomorrow. That's a project co-funded by the European Union. And this is actually, the events get started tomorrow, 22nd to 24th for 3 days. And all the winners across the world are preparing for their sessions and everything. And the program starts 9 o'clock tomorrow, March 22nd. We have an opening Global Congress session. The panels will definitely start. We have discussion this for Europe, that is Africa and Europe will be engaged in this particular session. We have the e-learning, we have the health and well-being, we have the culture and tourism, we have the Americas, and of course, general networking. In the day 2, we'll be looking at community meetups and networking, and of course, some other projects from the Oceania and Arab regions, smart settlements and urbanization, and so on and so forth. The third day will be the roundup, where you have discussions on the government and citizen engagements. And we'll also look at young innovators, presenting, and of course, the special Joseph Umdash Research Prize, which would also be discussed there. And last year, we had a winner from Nigeria too, with the Check It app. They actually were winners in this category. Award ceremonies and announcements, and of course the champions will be announced, and of course networking thereafter, and the Global Congress comes to an end. Further to that will be that in Nigeria here are 2 winners: Follow the Money by Hamzat Lawal, and of course Learn and Arm by Tunde Fajimi. Tunde Fajimi actually is a bit under weather, but then I'm sure he would be up for his program from tomorrow. So I welcome everybody and I thank you so very much. And I want to take closing programs and messages, Kola Shole, Kola Wo, let me get your closing program. Oh, sorry, Mr. Taiwo Sholanke, let's have your closing program. Thank you. But obviously, we're going to see a lot more thereafter. Thanks.
For sure, absolutely. First of all, let me thank you once again for the honor. This is really, really a privilege for me to be at least in the presence of all of these amazing, esteemed practitioners. 1, 2. I listened to what Mr. Ayamale and Mr. Kolewo, specifically Mr. Shola Kolewo, specifically said, and that is in the way and the manner that we can work together. Me being here, they being there, what's working here, how can we take what's working here and work it around it to fit what our system or what works there, or using what's working here as a precursor to how we create. But more importantly, it comes to how does technology, what's available, what's not available, what are they using here that we can get over there? How do we get it over there? Do we have people over there that can create? Are we talking software, hardware, whatever type it is that will work for our client and the industry that we have? So that is kind of the collaboration that I think we should start looking at building going forward. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you, Taiwo Sholanke, so very much. Let me take Mrs. Ochu. Mrs. Ochu, your words, round up words. And I keep saying you are the company secretary, but you have not been doing so much of the work again because of your program. And you need to be out of that program really fast. That's my daughter there doing her PhD in Johannesburg University in South Africa. So round up your style, your way. You've done this in, I do hear that at that time, during the time of, what's the name of that magazine? That news magazine way back. Newswatch, the most dreaded Newswatch at the time, but you had a column when you were still in school. So, but then now, so you can imagine what you can do now you're out of school. And I don't want lazy people here, man. So what is your final take on this? How do we tie this together?
Thank you so much, everyone. And like Mr. Taiwo Sholanke said, there's a need for a collaboration. We need to see what is working over there outside Nigeria. Then we need to see how we can incorporate that into our own system. So collaboration is very important as well as partnership. So that's what I think we need to bring forward. We need to bring forward opportunities that would enable people to partner, that will enable Nigerians to collaborate with people outside Nigeria. So there are lots of opportunities out there, I must say that a lot of people are not exposed to. So with this collaboration and partnership, we get to know lots more. And of course, there's an aspect of training, and that is where education comes in. There's an aspect of training also that if people in Nigeria, in Nollywood in Nigeria, can have access to this training and try to go a long way in improving what we have at the moment.
Thank you. You see, the same effort we are talking about Nollywood is the same effort that we can deliver Nigeria from a successful electioneering program and delivery. But then why I don't like it is when we bring technology into election process, when we just want to give how do you put it? That is, you give a dog a bad, or something to give a dog a bad name. Please don't bring technology when you guys are not ready at all. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same solution. Is it the health system in the country? Is it housing system? Is it insecurity? It requires the same attention, but even one after the other. If we can identify what can work for Nollywood, believe you me, it is workable elsewhere. Shola Kolewo, please, can you help me round up with this? Close this, please. Thanks.
Can I say something?
I'll come to you, Mr. Odemba, please. Mr. Kolewo, can you just round up? No, we're not closing. Everybody will close if you choose to, if you have something to close with. Please, can you just wrap up this connect? Because Nollywood is just a microcosm of the entire thing. So how can we create the formations that can deliver the solutions in real terms?
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Amos. Honestly, a lot of contributions have been made. Like you said, whatever that is created anywhere could be a template, that can be used, across board anywhere in any industry.
That's right.
And I would say, while creating that, we also have to be, how would I call it? We have to take cognizance of our local, what operates locally, our environment.
That's right.
So the solutions or whatever we come up with should be in such a way that we should recognize the peculiarities in our environment. That is very, very important.
That's right.
So it goes beyond just copy and paste.
That's right.
We're not going to copy and paste.
Thank you.
Yeah, collaboration is important.
Thank you.
No doubt about that.
Thank you so much.
And I think what Innovationbed is doing is not just to copy and paste.
We're on the field.
Rather to lay that bed so that we have a good platform.
Thank you so very much. Yes, we're on the bed. We're on the field. I appreciate you. I'm sorry. I now have Mr. Anyamele. I want to take a closing from him, but please let me just hear from Mr. Demba. Ike Chukwu.
You can go ahead. I have something in my mouth. You can go ahead with it.
Oh, excellent. No problems, please. All right. So let's just have a closure. Ayamele, how well? We've had this openness. Like I told you, we have agencies that are very interested in what we are doing here. This video will be viewed by Okam. The president of Okam is an architect. He has so much interest in Africa. And that's why I'm saying that there will be sessions where some of us here will have to interact with him directly, so that all this, because this video is going to go to Okam, and I'm happy that they granted me access at United Nations last year, December the 3rd, that this project was presented to the world on during the 21st Info Poverty World Conference that usually and regularly holds at the UN headquarters in New York, but last year it was held virtually, just like the World Summit Awards is also holding for 2 years now virtually. So I think this is actually something we're going to take much more forward. Europeans never even understand what you guys are doing here. They may not know your what. They know fine, you are doing fantastically right, but then there are better ways I'm sure they can actually help Africa over this direction. So let me just get the closing from Mr. Yamil, please.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Mr. Amos. It's been a beautiful session. Although some of us that came in at 1, this is 3 hours.
Frankly, I didn't even know it's 3 hours. Frankly, I didn't know.
I hope there'll be a solution to our data.
Yes. I never knew it's 3 hours.
All right, but then we've had very brilliant contributions. And I like the fact that there's been some divergent views too, especially for those in the diaspora, where certain systems are in place and then it works, and cannot seem to be what is expected or what is even happening in certain clients. But that's when we must be appreciative of what you're doing, Mr. Amos, to ensure that this gap is bridged. So we'll be back to you because, I mean, the discussions are there, the engagements are there, the conversations are there. What matters most is now putting this to the fore, to light. Right. So like you also had mentioned, you may have to also call for further, meetings with selected people in different sectors so that we can also get to speak with those that can help us. I know that this may just be a divine call, for you, because there's certain people within the veteran climb that are in depression as I speak. They are not called to function in today's content. The content they have functioned is fizzling away, and they are not even viable in another sector. And there is no pension, there is no gratuity.
That's right.
Yet they are still alive, and life must play. You see the dynamics?
I understand you. I understand you.
So
thank you so very much, my brother.
So
thank you so much.
We must find a way of bridging this and then making sure that we get it right for the future.
Thank you so very much. So let me just get a closing from Senegal. Monsieur Olivier Kwame, we're closing up.
Thank you. Let me say thank you to you all. I've learned a lot from this meeting, 3 hours of very fruitful exchanges. I'm very happy to follow up this event. My last words are collaboration and partnership.
That's right. That's right.
Collaboration and partnership to overcome all our issues.
Thank you so very much.
Try to follow up.
That's right. Thank you so very much. And I seize this opportunity to also, okay, Mr. Ichumba, you still have something to say? Mr. Udemba? Mr. Udemba, do you still have something to say?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, please. So let's wrap up. It's a wrap up, please.
Okay, it's a wrap up. So
this is 2 on the dots.
So what I just wanted to say is just to add more points to what Mr. Taiwo said in terms of partnership.
That's right.
I feel we should do more in the sense of not just getting people to compete and showcase whatever they have to do or their project. We must help them after showcasing it. We should be able to draw up a plan to help them monetize that project and push it out to the world.
Sorry, to correct you, Innovationbed is a future business empire. But please don't look at the business entity. We want value. We want the creativity. We want the value to be, let's even build the digital ecosystem. We don't want jokers. You know what I'm saying? So it's Innovationbed, you must be an innovator. And successful innovators who are saving money now, they never started with money. They started with innovation and innovative activities. So that's exactly where we are going. So it's actually a future business empire. But that is not that's not the way we're actually looking at it. But then we need to make sure that we are growing and creating the mass around the world. So I can understand what you are going, that it's important that everybody becomes prosperous. At the end of the day, it won't be getting prosperity at all costs.
I wasn't just talking about the money. Okay. I was talking about the solutions.
Okay, great. Right. Does that close it?
Yeah.
Excellent. So thank you so very much. I think in the absence of no other thing, I thank everybody. World Summit Award, the Netherlands, Mr. Herman, you've been very wonderful. Thanks for all the time, and he's been here for so long before he got back to his work. And special credits to Dr. Peter Brock, the chairman, the chairman board of directors of the World Summit Awards. And I know quite a lot is on their hands now. Even the World Summit Award, the World Summit office in Austria, the president of OCAM, architects, Saparito, Paolo Saparito, the president of OCAM. Special credits to you and Maria. And we give special credits also to Professor Amjad Umar, head and director of programs at the Harrisburg University, University of Science and Tech in the US. And of course, the lead of the ICT for Nigeria project and ICT for SEEDS Global. So I seize this opportunity to thank every winner. Follow the money. Zat Lawal, and of course, lend an arm today, Oyebamiji, for your great works. And we hope to get more projects and more products from across the country, all the 36 states and FCT Abuja in the time to come. And we actually thank all the 4 state governments that are actually giving us the initiating platform to start the cohorts of the digital citizens innovation development capacity incubation 2030, because that's the business we've got between now and the end of 2030 to make sure that we create these incubations across the country, incubation that will address creative arts, incubation that will address health systems, incubation that will address smart city, and urbanization, incubation that will address e-commerce development, incubation that will address our green energy, you know, and of course, health and lifestyle, and of course, our inclusion and empowerment innovation. So by the time we're able to get all and many of us around from all the local governments in the states, and we have more innovators from all length and breadth of the country, Nigeria would have actually done better in its development than having to wait for politicians to come do magic for us. So at this stage, I say thank you so very much and have a nice day. And thank you for the pre-Congress event of the World Summit Award Nigeria 2022. Thank you. I'll play my music if you care to stay in the party.
Mr. Amos. Mr. Amos, I vote you for Grammy Award. I'm serious. You read the award. Okay, so I have to take the link.
Oh, great. If you care to join my party, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tayo. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you.
Whoa.
Yes,
Oh,
It's a world sounding award. Recognizing inventors. It's the world sounding award. Oh yeah, celebrating the people. See all these people looking so beautiful. From different nations, different colors and tongues. We are united by love, sent by God from above, taking the whole wide world.
Mr. Amos.
You like what you see. You like what you
Mr.
see.
Amos. Mr. Amos.
Hi, hello, sir.
Mr. Amos.
Let me stop my music. Hello, you're still in. How are you?
Yeah, it's just you and I. Congratulations.
Hi, so it was great fun having you around. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It was great. It was great fun having you around. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. We'll definitely actually move this meeting with some other meetings that we're going to get you involved, obviously. Thank you so much. All the best, sir. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.